this is Veterans News. My name is Ed Allman. I'd like to thank Erica Bradley of North Shore TV for the use of her studio facilities here in Lake Success, and to Rebecca Levine for her professional advice. Our guest today is Ron Sorrentino. He's the District 10 Commander of the Veterans of Foreign Wars. We'll talk to our guest in just a few minutes, but first let us remember some of the veterans who died recently. Our first person is not a veteran. Dorothy Oxendine was 99 years old. She was not a veteran, but was the past national president of the Gold Star Mothers and the first female president of Long Island National's Memorial Cemetery. I knew Dorothy well, and she will be missed. Bob Shilroff of Patchogue was a retired New York Police Department and an Air Force vet. He stayed with the Air Force National Guard and became a staff sergeant who earned 2 achievement medals. Vietnam veteran Dr. Irwin Nelson was a Greens HOA resident. He died of an Agent Orange conditions. This orthopedic surgeon was one of the oldest draftees, he often said. William O'Connor of Franklin Square died at 77 years old. He was a proud veteran and a Long Island Railroad conductor. You worked in the Long Island Railroad?
Yes, I did.
Okay, we'll talk about that later.
30 years.
30 years.
30 years.
Harry Golding died at 92. He was a policeman of both New York City and Nassau County. He was drafted during the Korean War and fought with the 11th Airborne Division. Arthur Miesmer was a proud U.S. Marine who served during the Korean War, and he worked for Newsday for 40 years. Raymond Markoff, 90, originally from Port Jefferson, joined the Army in 1954. He became a well-known producer and director, but the thing that I noticed the most was that he loved the New York Yankees, and he loved a cold Bud and a cold, ice-cold vodka with a twist of lemon. Now it's the time for our guest. Ron, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, Ed.
Ron, you're the commander of the Nassau County VFW.
Correct, correct.
Why is there a distinction between a commander of the county VFW and the 10th District Commander?
The New York State is divided into, right now, 11 districts, and every district has a commander. So in Long Island alone, there are 3 districts. The District 1, which we all belong to at one time, District 10, which is the district I belong to and I'm the commander, and District 11, which is Suffolk County. And the other districts are all spread out through all of New York State, and that's the way we run it. It was like 3 or 4 years ago when we were just one district down here in Long Island, and then they changed it for the better, because now we're able to do more for each individual group. It's easy to have a meeting where you'd only have all the districts, all the posts, from all of Long Island and Queens in one meeting, and it dragged on forever. I mean, there were so many things going on. You were there from on a Sunday from 1 o'clock and didn't leave there until like 5 o'clock at night.
I was very impressed by the VFW, the county meetings that you had.
Yeah.
Even though the room was packed with people. You kept it moving, and you followed the rules of regulations of Robert's Rules, and you did a good job at that.
Yes, yes.
I know the Veterans of Foreign War meant you were in a foreign war.
Yes.
Where were you, and what did you do?
I was in Vietnam. I was stationed on the USS Enterprise.
The Enterprise, that's the spaceship?
That's the spaceship Enterprise, and I was Captain Kirk on that ship now myself. But no, we had 2 good captains on that ship. We had one captain, which we call was Captain Smith. He was a very good captain. That was the first cruise that we were overseas in Vietnam. We were stationed out in the Gulf of Tonkin, and we were there all total from the time we left the States till the time we got home was almost 14 months, because they always had a carrier out stationed on out in the Gulf, and one of the carriers, actually one carrier went back in because it had to go back in, and the other ship was the Ranger, and the Ranger broke down, so we had to stay on station for actually We were out at sea. We're not going back to port or anything for 2 months, 60 days. 60 days we're not going back to port, and it was a long time. It was every day, 12 hours a day, getting up in the morning doing the same thing, and it was a long time. It was exciting. I wouldn't want to do it again, but it was exciting.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
The Enterprise was the USS Enterprise.
Yeah, USS Enterprise,
Okay.
CVAN 65. Matter of fact, she got decommissioned about 5 years ago, 5-6 years ago, and actually they're making a new Enterprise. It's going to be the CV 82, I think it's called. And matter of fact, some of the steel that was made from the old Enterprise is going to be incorporated into the new Enterprise. So it's exciting. I'm part of the Enterprise Association.
Okay.
We have a little group.
Sure.
We go on. I haven't gone on a tour with them yet, but they have reunions every year.
Yeah. You told me something about the job that the aircraft carrier was doing in Vietnam. You
Yeah, our
launched a few
carrier, like every
airplanes?
carrier, they did, the sorties every day. We'd have ships. Our ship would almost every day there would be like 10, 12, 15 aircraft that would be launched off, and they would be doing missions in Vietnam, bombing missions or whatever missions they were doing. And every day, it was sometimes 5-6 days a week we'd be doing that. There's like maybe 1 day a week, maybe we have a stand down, have nothing going on. But every day, 12 hours a day, sometimes 14 hours a day, we would have planes going off. Every day. That was the whole thing. We're 12 miles off the coast, and we would shoot off everything from we had the F-14s. That was the first F-14 to come on our ship. F-14s it had out there, the A-6s, the A-7s, the S-2s, the submarine planes. Every day. That was your job. My job was out there as an electrician. And
as an electrician,
right.
what did you do as an electrician on an aircraft carrier?
We did everything. We maintained every bit of the electrical of the ship. Everything from distribution panels to motors to generators. We wired them up. We wired up equipment if they brought new equipment on. If we were in the shipyard, we helped the ship workers do some of the work. But it was very tricky with the ship workers because the union thing, so they didn't like us to do too much work on the ship. But we helped them a lot.
Where did you learn to be an electrician?
From high school. From high school.
From high school?
From high school, yep, from high school. When I graduated from high school.
You graduated from high school?
From high school.
And you went to the Navy, and they made you an electrician?
Yes. Well, actually, what happened was when I first went into the Navy, I was drafted, of course, and I lived up in Syracuse. I moved to Syracuse because I got a job up there with GE, and I worked up there.
GE, the big
GE, General Electric. I got a job up there, and I got drafted, right? And my father was saying, "Oh, put in for the deferment because you have a kid." And I was married. We had my daughter, right? And they wouldn't do it. So I actually went in, drafted in the Army. I went in for my physical, and as I was coming out of the physical, I looked in the room over there, and I seen a bunch of recruiters, things over there. And there was nobody in there, but there was a chief. He stuck his head out, and he goes, "Can I help you?" And I said, "Well, I don't know. I just got my physical." He says, "Come on in, come on in." And he talked to me, and he had talked to me about some things, and he says, "You want to join the Navy?" And I said, sure, I'll join the Navy. And he said, "Well, I have a couple programs. We'll see how you fit in the programs." And that's how I got in the Navy, through him, yeah.
And you were married already?
I was married. I went to a deferred program where I was like almost 4 months before I swore in, and I was 4 months before I actually went to boot camp before that.
So you and your wife are married 60 years?
Yes.
Marge?
Yes.
How were you?
Okay.
Good. 60 years, Marge.
57.
57. Okay. Wow. How many years were you in the service?
I was active service for 6 years because, like I said, I went to the advanced program, and I started off as a radar tech, and then they had asked me some questions. I was in school, and one of actually the lieutenant, the commanding officer of the base, had asked me, what you do for a living, and I told him, and he said, "Well, what are you here for, right?" Because this is like electronics school, right? I said, I don't know. I said, they put me, right? So he said, no. I said, you know what? I said, I have another program if you want to get on it, but you have to extend for 2 more years to get into this program.
Right.
So I went home. We were in Great Lakes, Illinois, and that's where I went to boot camp in Great Lakes. And I went home, told March, and he says, you want to have to extend? Could we do it? You want to do it? She said, yeah, go ahead. And that's when I got into the electronics, the electrical portion. But I also knew the other portion, so it helped. It helped a lot. It helped a lot when they did repairs and everything, that I was able to actually help them operate the radars and stuff like that. So
before I ask you about the VFW, I just want to ask you about your second tour of Vietnam. What happened in 1975 when you were there?
In 1975, we were in Subic Bay. We're stationed in Subic Bay, and that's when they had the
Subic Bay is in the Philippines.
The Philippines, right? And they started having the evacuation of the embassy, U.S. embassy in Saigon, and we had actually taken all our planes off the ship, because Subic Bay had its own airport there. All the planes came off. We only had a few of them in there, and we brought in all these Marine helicopters and Marines. And we went back to the station, Yankee Station, and we actually started the evacuation. All these helicopters were flying into the, if you've seen it probably on TV where you see the helicopters landing and people climbing up the walls and stuff like that. That's where we were. We were there, and they were bringing all the civilians and the embassy people and whoever they can get onto these helicopters until they finally said, that's enough. We can't call them more. And I would say all the people that they brought back in were on the Enterprise. We had them put them into the hangar deck, right. And they were there. We washed them over there. We did everything for them over there. They fed them over there until we came back to the Philippines, to Subic Bay, and that's when they went off the ship at that time. But the Filipinos, they had a base, an island out there, and we put all the people onto that island. And it was exciting. It was a lot of stuff going on at that time. The biggest thing was that the Vietnamese, they were trying to bring in like officers and stuff like that, were trying to fly helicopters and landing on the ships. And they actually, 2 of them tried to land on, one was on the Kitty Hawk and one was on the Enterprise, and they actually threw them off. And then they actually were landing their helicopters or these little Piper planes in the water. And we had to get our people out there to catch them and bring them back them on the ship. So it was exciting.
Wow. I know you're the commander of the county.
Yes.
And we'll talk about that. But first, you had some interesting stories about your post. You joined the VFW 60 years ago?
Yes. When my first tour came back, and you came back from overseas, you go on leave. I came home to Inwood, and that's where my post was originally, in Inwood. It's John J. Oliveri Post, which is named after a veteran that was killed in Europe during World War II. And my uncle was the commander at that time, and he had said, come on down, we're having a meeting, and I'm going to swear you in as a veteran VFW member. And that's when I started. Matter of fact, a couple years later on, I became a life member. I'm still a life member. A life member, yep. Life member of the VFW.
You saved a lot of money becoming a life member back then
you saved out a lot of money, because now they got it to the point where it's very expensive. Yeah. It's very expensive, and they actually break it down to where you can, like, installments, like you're doing on your Visa card or something like that. But at that back time, it was cheap, but you still saved a lot of money.
Yeah. Okay. You were just elected commander?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. What are you going to do with the VFW now that you run it?
I don't run it. I tried to keep it running. Let's put it that way. I try the best I can. There's a lot of things going on now with the VFW, especially with the department. I wear 2 different hats, actually 3 hats in the VFW. I wear my commander's hat, and with the state, I'm actually the community service chairman and the service officer chairman. So
Okay. What does a service officer do?
service officer, the chairman for the service officer is we run a raffle every year to help our service officers. The VFW has, I think right now they have like 12 service officers that actually work for the VFW. And this raffle, we have a raffle and a dinner and everything like that. We collect money through the whole year by raffle donations, the journal ads and stuff like that, and all that money that we get, which is quite a bit. It's, you know, wouldn't want to say the exact money, but it's quite a bit of money that we get, and that money helps them get supplies and stuff like that. It doesn't pay for their bills or anything like that, but it helps a lot. And every member, I go out to the auxiliaries, I go out to wherever I am, and I say, buy a ticket, you know. And we do good, we do good.
Yeah.
I've done this now for 5 years, and every year we went up, every year.
You went up in the money that
In the
you
money
raised?
department, yep,
Oh,
and the money, yep.
very good.
So we're doing good.
I'm curious, do your service officers have anything to do with the Navy veteran that was out there 12 miles offshore, but came down with some kind of Agent Orange condition?
Yes, the 12 miles is the Blue Water Navy. You know,
Blue Water Navy.
Yeah. So we became part of the Blue Water. Actually, the Blue Water Navy actually came out, but people were out in they're running the rivers and stuff like that. So
Right.
they actually, when it were in country, but then they actually moved it out to 12 miles. So our ship was always within that 12 miles. The only time we ever moved out of the 12 miles is maybe at night when we're going to do something. But then when we do air ops, we move back into the 12 miles. So that's how they got it that. And there are people, a lot of people that are sitting in there and getting money for Agent Orange and stuff like that. We have a fella that was it Ed talked about?
I don't know.
No. What's his name? The cameraman over there? Eric just talked about somebody that he knows, a friend of his that is dying from Agent Orange.
Oh.
It's not a very good thing to die from. It's very, very. Matter of fact, if you look at it, we spread Agent Orange around here from the railroad tracks. It's been around.
Agent Orange is around the railroad tracks on Long Island?
Well, it was.
Okay.
It was a long time ago. They stopped it. So.
Right.
Well, we had it on. We had it on our ship too. We had bags of it there, because they would bring it. The helicopters would come in, and they would put it on the helicopters, and they would fly out with it. So it's not a. I mean, myself, I'm lucky. I don't have any of that stuff,
Okay.
and I would never want to have any of that stuff because it lungs. It's just terrible. It affects everything from kidney to lungs. It's like a terrible disease. It's like I don't know how many presumptive diagnoses there are for it, but it's very bad, very bad.
Yeah, I was also around Agent Orange, but luckily nothing happened to me. How about what you're doing with the district? Are you planning anything?
Our district, we're well planning. Hopefully we'll have an annual dinner, but we're trying to do a lot of things for the food pantry. I asked the members to bring in cans and foods and stuff like that, and we'll help supply the food pantries. Our district runs a lot of different things. We're running a raffle for the military assistance program. We're running that, so that will be coming up pretty soon. In December, we'll bring all that stuff. December, we have a big meeting.
Military assistance program. What is that?
It's a program that helps the military people, in everything from housing to food to anything that they need. That program helps them. And every year, the VFW has people that are chairman for that program, and I decided that we would run a raffle for it, and then it would be a 50-50. So 50% of it would go to the post, and the other 50% will go to the military, the MPA, and they would get the money for it, and we send it in. So we're doing that this year.
The money goes half to the posts?
Well, the winner of the post. The winner, yeah. Whoever, every post will get so many tickets. They sell the tickets. They're going to be $100 worth of tickets. You sell the tickets, right? And then we would draw out at the end, just before we finish for the year, VFW year, which is in June, and we pick a winner out, and that winner would get half the money that we collected, and the other half of the money would go to the military assistance program and for the state.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before I get out of this, Is there anything else you want to say about the about the VFW?
VFW.
Otherwise, I'm going to ask you about your job.
No, the only thing that I say that the VFW is needing, and I like to put it on the air, is that membership. Membership
Right.
is membership. I mean, we go, the VFW has a legislative committee, we go to the state, we talk to the senators and the assembly people and the senators, and we go to Washington, talk to the congressmen and everything, but our numbers are dwindling. VFW numbers are dwindling. I mean, the state is going down tremendously. We haven't even made our membership goal in a few years now. And what it does is you look at that and you go to talk to a congressman. And what is a congressman going to look at?
Yeah.
What is your membership? How many people, about, you know, if I had 2 million people compared to, you know, less than a million people, the congressman's going to say, yeah, okay. But I got 2 million people that are looking at, you know, that's a lot of constituents out there that can vote for me. So I'm going to try to do it the best I can. Membership is the biggest thing in the VFW, the biggest thing, and we try everything to get members. For one reason or another, some members don't want to join. They have other things going on with their families or everything. It's a hard situation. I mean, my district has 26 posts in it. When we started as county council, we had probably over 30, maybe 40 posts. And since then, we just lost posts.
Yeah.
And some of our posts are actually holding the meetings, you know, in their houses just to keep it going. It's very disheartening. It's hard. I mean, I do membership drives. We did 2 of them so far this year, and it's people come up, they sign the papers, and we never see them again. It's very disheartening. Membership is hard because we try to pass all these bills, and like I said, these senators look at it like, okay, you know, it's like, how many people do we have that can vote for me? Maybe if I have 1 million, it'd be better than having, you know, 500. You know.
What kind of bills did you talk about?
Well, the biggest bill that I know right now, there's a couple of bills that are out there, but the biggest bill right now is the one, because I'm a service officer for the VA. And
You're a service officer?
Yeah, veteran service officer. I may help people with claims, family claims, any type of claims that the veteran has. And the biggest thing is veterans are the lawyers come out because they know all this money is there. There's tremendous amount of money that's there, and they take a big percentage. If you go to see this lawyer, and he puts your claim in, and he wins, he's going to get a big percentage of money. And the biggest thing that's going on right now is that the thing is called claim sharks, and they're trying to eliminate the claim sharks. All the service officers do that for nothing. We do it for nothing. Matter of fact, I had a poor fella came in. He was in not good shape. 2 sisters came with him into the office, and they asked us if we can do anything for them. And I says, why did you go to a law firm to get this done? She said, well, we had no place else to go. I said,
right.
I don't understand that, but I said, I can't do anything for you. I said, you have to go back to that law firm and see if you can get out of that contract. It was lucky that they didn't spend any money. So we haven't seen them back yet, but I hope, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'll call them up in December, see where it goes with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Nassau County has a veteran service agency.
Nassau County has a veteran service officer, and the town of Hempstead has a veteran service officer. Oyster Bay has a veteran service officer. There's a lot of veteran service officers around. That's why I can't figure out why these people would still go to them. Matter of fact, I heard that this bill that's in the Senate now in the state, it's going to actually go after these lawyers. They're actually going after them, and they're trying to get money back for them, so the people that lost money, that pool of money will go back and help them. So that's what we're hoping. That's one of the biggest bills.
Are there any other bills that you're in favor of?
Well, the other one right now is the one what they call the bell jar one. It's
bell jar.
Bell jar. It's bell jar is the rip-off tickets.
Right.
There's a firm that's coming out that's trying to pass in law that they would be able to have these video game machines in every post.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and right, that's a bill that's it's pretty much passed. It's just waiting for the governor to sign it.
Really?
Yeah, it helps the post. It helps the post because you get money. People coming in, they play the games, and so much money goes to them, so much money goes to the state, and it helps
Yeah.
the post. Yeah, it brings people in too. You know?
Okay. Very quickly, because we only have about 3 minutes left.
Fast, one time, fast.
What you were already married when you went into the service.
Yes.
Then you spent 4 years on active duty and 2 more years in the reserve?
No, I spent 6 years active duty.
6 years active
6 years
duty.
active duty. I came back.
And then 4 years in
I
the
came back.
reserve.
I finished up my college. I said I had an associate. I finished up my college, and I went back into the reserves for 4
Okay.
years.
All right.
years.
What did you do for a living?
I worked on the Long Island Railroad, and I was an electrician for the Long Island Railroad. And then I became what they call, I was a foreman, then a principal engineer for the substations department. So I was
Okay.
always an electrician.
What does a foreman do?
Runs men. I mean, what's the foreman do? It's like you here.
Okay.
Yeah, you talk to me and say, "What are you
All
doing?"
right.
And the foreman would say, "I'm taking my electricians. You go over there and fix that outlet over there."
Okay.
That's what a foreman does, and it watches them. It goes like this.
That's all I have. Is there anything you want to say to wrap up this interview?
Yeah, join the VFW. Give me a call. We're up there looking at the state, and just join the VFW. Give me a call. We'll help you out.
Yeah.
And if you need anything with the Veteran Service Officer, give me a call too. Thank you. Thank you very much, Ed.
We have your phone number on the screen.
Yeah,
Okay, that's your cell phone number.
that's my cell phone.
Okay.
Right.
Very good.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
I have an announcement. The American Air Power Museum, they have a holiday breakfast this month on December 13th. You'll see Santa and Elvis and at the historic airport grounds. Call 631-293-6398. That's 631-293-6398. Or go online to AmericanAirPowerMuseum.org. Can I have the crew up here? Come on. Jim Quirk, Eric Spinner, and Max.